And in my sadness of knowing that Malcolm Jamal Warner had passed away in the manner that he did, and that flower behind his ear was given to him by his daughter. He left behind a wife as well. I immediately began to smile at the idea of that's the legacy that he left behind. On top of his theatrical work, on top of his TV work, on top of his musical work. Don't know if you know this, he dropped a jazz album just last year. And he could spit. I got some audio to send you later on about that. But rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner.
I did see him do some spoken word poetry that was very, very, very close to a verse.
Yes.
There was hip hop music in the back. He wasn't delivering completely like a rapper, but you could tell he had it in him. Pause.
Yeah, he I got a what's the DMX song with Cisco? What they want. Yeah. I got a verse that he did giving Black history lessons over that beat.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's nuts. It's something that should have been, if the Cosby Show were still around that time, it's something that would have easily been at the end of the Cosby Show. It's amazing. So that's number 2, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Number 3.
Before you go to number 3, I am going to be actively searching a Gordon Gartrell. I will have one. I will own a Gordon Gartrell shirt before it's all said and done.
For the pencil pushers, whenever you get that, throw the asset in there and show it on the screen for people that need to know, because that is definitely an iconic piece of television history.
Facts.
Number 3, Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne, iconic rock icon. Started with Black Sabbath, ventured, did his own thing. 2 weeks ago, even did his final show with Black Sabbath. It's kind of reminiscent of Sabu, where Sabu did his last show, then went home weeks later. Ozzy Osbourne fits this show to a T. We are a hip hop infused pro wrestling podcast.
Indeed.
On the pro wrestling tip, it can be argued that the godfather of high energy music, arguably for me, the best entrance music of all time for any wrestler came via Ozzy Osbourne with Iron Man for the Road Warriors.
Okay, I hear you.
That is my bar. On the hip hop side, the biggest hit for Trick Daddy came at the hands of a cleared sample via Ozzy Osbourne, who graciously cleared it for Crazy Train,
which I have seen Trick Daddy actually speak to here recently.
The irony of that happening the same week of Ozzy Osbourne's passing.
Well, I think he spoke to it in response.
He said it before. Yeah, he said it.
Yeah, but he had said it before.
Yeah. That's what, 3? Is that 3 or 4? That's 4. That's 4. That's Ozzy. That's 3. That's 3. Got 2 more for you. Actually, I got 3 more for you. It's been a week.
Yikes.
I'll keep this one short. Hip hop influence here. Jazz musician Chuck Mangione also passed away at the age of 84 in his home Thursday morning on July 24th.
What y'all know about Chuck Mangione on King of the Hill? Say, man.
Oh, man. That's come on, Suave.
Man, come on, bro.
Come on.
Not Chuck.
Yeah.
Oh, Chuck.
Couple more for you. Now, this one is neither hip hop nor pro wrestling related. This is close to home here.
Okay.
Julian Allen Washington. Julian Washington is a guy that I grew up with in Tulsa, and anybody who knew him knew him as just Jew, or you knew him as Allen. he did not go to public school. He went to a private school and mastered his craft in basketball. AAU just, I hate to say icon. AAU basketball is real big in Oklahoma, especially Northeast Oklahoma. And when you saw him, he's one of the only people in my entire life. Now, I've met numerous people in my life, friends, acquaintances, celebrities, what have you. This man is the only man that from the time that I met him to the time that he left this earth, walked, talked, ate, shat, breathed, cried, bled basketball.
Okay. I
just all around solid human being. Never caught him without a smile. I've never seen him mad. But the one thing that you knew that you did not want to do with him is cross him up. And the last time I saw him,
I like Iverson cross him up, right?
Well, I'm trying to cross him up. I mean, like you don't want to get in front of him on the court. That's all I'm saying. Like you about to get posterized one way or the other, whether it be a shot, whether it be a crossover, whether it be a spin move, whether it be a layup, finger roll, dunk. He was about to get you.
I got a cousin like that. Shout out to Bo Knott, who put Larry Johnson on a poster once upon a time. Hey, look, if you know anything about Oak Cliff, Robert Bennett, aka Bo Knott, say right now, and he's got me by what has to be at least 20 years. We'll throw somebody in right now. Right now, just let him stretch.
I was never, by any stretch of the imagination, anything remotely close to a star hooper.
Nah, basketball wasn't my sport.
I played. I did pick up. That I knew when my time expired too. But the last time I saw Jew, I just walked up to him and smiled. And I didn't hug him. I didn't dap him. I slapped the ground and squared up on him. And you know what he did? He grabbed the imaginary rock and turned to the side. Put himself between the ball and the opponent.
Muscle memory, my boy. You got to look. Hey, back up before you get thrown in.
Yeah, rest in peace to Jew. Rest in peace to Jew. And then my number 6. You remember the joint? We can take you back to like 99. Clubs still popping, but every once in a while you got to get a little cool out joint. And then you hear Battle Cat just boom, 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 boom. Two brothers singing on the chorus of "We Can Freak It."
Yeah, that might be my favorite Corrupt song. Just might be.
I got one other than that one, but that's number 2. It's definitely my most played when I'm out.
It's in my top 5. I say.
Yes, sir, is my number 1. Him and Pete Rock.
So I got to go back and listen to that one. Then
that's 2009. That's like 2009. Yeah.
Calling out names.
And I didn't like the beat for calling out names, and he just went on the freestyle with that freestyle diss record. That was what I liked about it. Anyway, let me get back to my tribute.
Facts.
Two brothers that sang on that song. One of them, Andre Wilson. He went by the name of Dre Boogie. If the Wilson name sounds familiar, it's because it should. He is the son of the late Ronnie Wilson, nephew of Charlie Wilson of the Gap Band. And Dre Boogie, Andre Dre, whatever you want to call him, passed away at the age of 54 earlier this week due to pancreatic cancer. Yeah, shouts out to the Wilson family, my guy Casey, his younger brother, the original Jelly Roll, West Coast producer extraordinaire. Yeah, all the Wilson family, anybody affected by his passing, his family, kids, you know, just yeah, man, it's been a really, really rough week. Baby S was the other brother from the Wilson brothers. that sung on that chorus. So we dedicate this week's show to the life, legacy, and memory of those 6 impactful individuals. You all will be sorely, sorely missed.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. And on that note, Suave, what you got? let's get to the show. We late, man. We got a lot of wrestling to discuss.
Hit the music.
There we go. Ask and you shall receive.
Give up the jams.
14 minutes of tributes, bruh.
That's a lot. That's a lot. But necessary nonetheless. I like to start the show off by saying that under no circumstances is anybody ever to bring up who the biggest star in WWE is from now on.
This is your daily acknowledgement.
This should be your forever acknowledgement. At this point, Roman Reigns is that guy into perpetuity. He is. He had Birmingham, Alabama sounding like Madison Square Garden. I don't want to... Look, I love Cody. I do. I like him as a person, and I like him as a talent. I believe he occupies the space of QB1. But if he's going to be QB1, Roman's like Megatron that runs Jerry Rice routes. Like, it's a cheat code.
We've had these conversations about Pops numerous times on this show, and every time we talk about it, we get deeper into the weeds on these Pops. And I told Suave that I judge Pops not by how loud the crowd gets, but the damage it does to my speakers. Because one of my favorite all-time Pops, and I've said it on here before, AJ 15 Royal Rumble.
Is that 15 or 16?
16. You're right. AJ 16 Royal Rumble.
Yeah, entering at number 3.
I also bring up Sting against RVD when RVD debuted in TNA after his WWE exit.
True.
And this was at the exact same moment that Brett and Sean did their handshake.
We're reconciling.
And mind you, they weren't in the asylum. They were in the Impact Zone at Universal Studios.
So they're in a much smaller venue, but created a humongous sound.
AJ was memorable, no doubt, all timer. If you can find on Impact Plus, if you can find that footage of RVD versus Sting for RVD's debut, where he squashed Sting, when the rock music hit and you heard Rob Van Dam, and the crowd went nuts. The high-pitched shrills from the crowd that came across my television matched what we saw in Birmingham last Monday with Roman Reigns. It almost to the point to where you couldn't even hear the intro choir come in for his walk music.
I'll definitely say your method for gauging Pops holds water, simply because a lot of these Pops in the modern era are happening at PLEs that are typically in stadiums and possibly open air stadiums.
Open air, yep.
So when you're in open air, sound travels straight up and goes out to the parking lot.
Even if it's a dome stadium or a protected stadium, the ceiling is higher.
It's got to go all the way up, bounce off the ceiling, and come down.
It's got to go all the way up?
To the window, to the wall, to the sweat. Yeah, all of that. So you on to something with that. But I don't ever want to have the conversation about who the most over superstar in WWE is. I don't care what you think about his work schedule. I don't care what you think about how many family members are currently on the roster. None of that matters, because all of that stuff is just veiled nonsense.
Where were they at this past Monday?
Birmingham.
No, that was last Monday. That was after the PLE.
I thought that's where they were this time.
No, Birmingham was.
Oh, no. They were in Houston.
Houston, that's right. So
Hurston.
Houston typically sells out at the Toyota Center, but WWE has been having problems with not selling out 100% of their Raw SmackDown shows, and it all depends on the talent, especially now since we know John Cena's schedule.
Hey, Trips.
I guarantee you, after Birmingham went off the air, whatever remaining seats were available in the Toyota Center were gone, and with anticipation of Roman.
And now with Seth's situation, I am not 100% convinced yet that we are not being worked to some degree.
Oh boy.
Whether the injury is not as serious as potentially being put on, or that this is a quick detour in order to, one, focus on developing Braun Breaker in Seth's absence, and to play the out of sight, out of mind card, so that when a cash in does take place, it has a lot more wow effect.
Surprise element. Yep. Wow. Yeah, wow is the word.
The element of surprise, because for the last couple PLEs, they literally just have him come out and walk around with the briefcase and either tease cashing it in or just to show the champion I can do it whenever I want to. That right there was going to get old immediately. Two or three more times, and it's like, hey, fam, is you ain't. So taking him off TV, or because he's not going to do a whole lot of wrestling. If he does have ailments, I don't. And here's the reason I can go into it and say I'm not totally sure if this is a work or not. What has been a year plus now ago, when he had the feud with Shinsuke Nakamura, and they were teasing the fact that he was almost a cripple because of his back issues, and that turned out not to be the case. Like, he'd been walking around just fine. They haven't even mentioned it. Now, he might have issues with his back in real life, but they played it up the same way that, if for those of you who have this historical knowledge, when Tommy Dreamer kind of feigned retirement back in '99 because he was setting up a program with Just Incredible.
And he knew the writing was on the wall because that's when he had all the defects. Mike Awesome had just left.
I'm sorry, not Just Incredible. Steve Corino.
Yeah, Mike Awesome had just left. The Dudley Boys were on their way out. Raven had to come back.
Yeah, this was during that. Right, you right on. Hit the bell for yourself. Right in pocket. Raven had the storyline where they became a tag team. They were tag champs, and Raven was like, "I'm gonna make you keep wrestling till you cripple yourself." So we're gonna keep winning. Yeah, bro. I'm not convinced about Seth, but I don't want to hear anything about Seth being the guy anymore. Been there, done that, tried that, returned it, got another one, voided the warranty, whole thing. Brought extended coverage, traded it in for the newer model. It is what it is. He's the Joker to a Batman.
So while we're bringing him up, before we get into the events that we missed, because now we got to rocket it. We had a whole show planned for it. We got to hot shot it though. I got a really dope montage coming up for y'all in the next week or two too. So just sit back, social media platforms. Back now is a good time to plug the socials. Show at brokenpencilbc.com, brokenpencilbc@gmail.com, brokenpencilbc on all things social, at brokenpencilbc on what?
Everything.
And everything. Brokenpencilbc.com has had some issues with the hosting. We're fixing that now. New site soon come.
Already been designed. You guys.
We're just waiting for the trigger to get pulled, waiting for the green light, and we're good to go on that.
Guess who stepped in the room?
Shouts out to SowerVega.com, SowerVega Pro Audio. Shouts out Gary Henry. Shouts out Gary. Go to SowerVega.com. Check out all of the products. Anything you put in the cart, add the code BPBC, get 10% off. That's simple. SowerVega.com. VitaHermosaCigars.com. We are up. If you went to the site in the past week or two and it was down, it's back up as well. Another hosting issue. Good Lord, we got to fix that too. There will be a phone number on there for ordering until the paywall goes officially up due to it being a high risk business. There are some things that have to be put in place. Age verification will be required for purchases, especially if we do them over the phone. Not putting the number up on here because we're not going to do that.
Adulting.
Be responsible in your adulting. Vida Hermosa Cigars is a beautiful life. Plain and simple.
Indeed, it is.
10% off for a purchase of 10 sticks or more, and we have 6 beautiful cigars for you.
I got some early editions I still ain't even smoked.
Yeah, and then we got hit them with the tiny URL. Oh, tinyurl.com/BPBC merch.
You've memorized it. Hit the bell for yourself.
Come on, you when you put the tiny URL on there, I don't have to worry about the rest of that stuff, man.
Hey.
Shortlink.io/forward-backwards-black-boo-red hashtag E04432. Like
chill. That's like them self-generated passwords they give you when you can't make up your own.
Yeah, I remember that never. Yeah. And speaking of BPBC merch, this is the OG first edition merch right here. You know what I'm saying? This is what we got the first season.
This is what we took to AEW
Greensboro
Coliseum for Sting's retirement match.
Yeah.
The world famous QR code shirt. Oh, so for that event you hit me for where we was trying to gauge the tickets, you gotta pull that one out. Pause.
Done. Say less.
That's the one. That's it.
I also have the sign of signs for this one. Because I told you where I'm going to be.
You know they're gonna confiscate it at the front.
Nah, not this one. This one might get us signed.
With the way we talk,
wait for
it's some stuff we might say in the remainder of this show that make sure that never happens.
Oh, I know why y'all here. I know why y'all here.
The suspense is killing them.
Hold your beer. Matter of fact, drink it. Get another one.
I mean,
and it better not be Great American either.
Could have had a beer sponsor right here. However, looking for 3.
Ooh.
Hey, shout out to Petty. Petty just texted me like when we first got started.
About milking it?
Yes, pause. Yeah, no Diddy whatsoever.
Real
it's
quick.
Gonna be a half hour worth of video packages on SmackDown.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, if there's ever a time I want to see Seth Rollins, it's right now. Also,
damn it, Seth. See, this is why I want to like you, but you mess shit up. When I need you to be on TV
here all the time.
When I need you on TV right now, where is the Velveteen Dream when I need him?
Until I see Sports South in the background and a wheelchair entry into a medical facility and a before, during, and after video of Seth, I'm not believing that this knee injury is surgical.
They need this man in a wheelchair like Vince McMahon 98, like Bret Hart 97, like so many greats before. Jack Victory for like 3 years in ECW was in a wheelchair with a broken leg.
Iron Mike Sharp still wears an arm cast.
My God, today. My God, today and tomorrow.
AEW Revolution.
Hey, gang, D'Lo Brown wore the chest protector for like a year and a half. What up, baby?
Whichever the very first one he wore that one.
Yeah.
Frog splashes be damned. AEW Revolution in Dallas, in Arlington, rather, was a hit.
All in.
I'm sorry. All in. You're right. All in was a hit. All in, Texas, to be exact. The card did not translate to how well the production was. I won't go so far as to say it was their best. It is arguably their best pay-per-view. They're touting it as their best pay-per-view because of what happened during the pay-per-view. But there are others.
Go ahead.
I'll say top 5 for sure.
I was gonna say, you think this is their best domestic pay-per-view?
I don't know, man. Greensboro was lit.
Greensboro was lit, and there
The
was a
car, the
specific
car
reason they
was
were
lit.
there.
Yeah, the car was lit. There was a specific reason they were there. We saw things there we never see ever again.
They made Globe Life look good for 30K.
Man,
Um, I had my issues with certain stuff, but I can't take away from the job they did. They should be commended for the level of work they put in. They really put their best foot forward to pull up, so that means they'll probably be back again, which is a good thing. But of
that's a
course,
good thing. Yeah.
as we talked about on the last show, I had somewhere to be. I do have a correction to make on that. It wasn't the 1965 state championship; it was 67.
Okay.
So the Lincoln Tigers of St. Augustine, Texas, won 2A state in 1967.
Got you. Okay. Right on.
Oh, speaking of which, Hall of Fame type.
Hey, little. You know what I'm saying?
Got to mount that on my wall here in the office here soon.
Got that wonderful name on the end of that.
Championship DNA.
Yeah. Yeah. Coach Dave. There you go. Let's run down. We won't run down the whole card. Standout moments for you. Now, mind you, it took Suave and I. Now, I watched the show in real time, but I only watched it. I couldn't hear it because of the prior engagement that I was at. Suave was actually at his event while it started because it started 3:00 in the afternoon.
Right.
By the time it ended, it was only like 9 p.m. Saturday night's main event's going on. We're in the middle of Saturday night's main event while AEW's wrapping up All In Texas.
It's just counter programming at will.
We thought we were ODing on wrestling. We really OD'd. It took us a week to watch AEW All In Texas. Legit.
All In was a 6-hour show. Take that how you want. So to fully digest the entire program and like really have opinions about these different matches and what you like, what you didn't like, if you're not watching in real time, when you try to go back and you're trying to do it during the week and you have new programs popping up as that goes on, yeah, it took about a week.
I'll tell you what stuck out for me. Aside from two of the opening matches, FTR versus the Outrunners was amazing. The fact that Outrunners came out dressed as Newports was ignorant. I really hope it's not the last we saw them because it seemed like that was the last we were going to see them, but I hope it's not.
I feel like they should probably be on Wednesdays a lot more.
I think they need to run at the ROH tag titles.
I mean, that's cool and all, but we need the TV that people are watching, not the TV that people have to pay an additional amount of money.
Well, yeah, you got a point with that. But I think the reason why they put them on Saturdays more than Wednesdays is the fact of them being a throwback. It harkens back to Tony Schiavone's heydays back with WCW.
I mean, that's cool and all, but what are we here to do?
We're here to sell tickets and get viewers.
Okay, so if the Outrunners are over, put them on Wednesday, showcase them, let's sell some merch, let's get them over some more so that when these tag team opportunities come up, you have a real grown-up looking team to put into those spaces. Outrunners versus Hurt Syndicate, I mean, you can give me a Dynamite main event with that.
I think we already had. Well, actually, I can't say a main event, but I think we've had that match on it. I think we had a match on a pay-per-view.
But like one you've built.
Oh, well,
one
yeah.
Where the Outrunners just getting their ass kicked for no reason. Yeah, one you've actually put effort into. Like what you did with Jet Speed. You put effort into them. They're not believable as a threat.
Yeah, I won't.
Jet gonna be all right, though.
Jet's got a long road ahead of him. Speedball crash out, bro. All right, Joe, get well. I hope you got some more filming to do because not saying
press
that
runs.
Yeah, there you go. It's time. It's time.
Season 2.
Season 2. It's time for it.
Premieres on the 31st or the 20th.
I don't appreciate mentioning Hook and not seeing Hook.
I'm not too sure where that's going. Because if you kick Joe out of the ops and make Hook the leader, that group still doesn't look worth the damn. Hobbs should be in the Hurt Syndicate. He should be the replacement whenever they kick Max out.
which apparently happened last night or Wednesday night on Dynamite.
Nah, they're gonna do the whole vote thing, three thumbs. Like
Well, they got,
Lashley's down, they're gonna have the other two vote. Shelton's gonna keep him in. So is MVP. Eventually, they're gonna do three thumbs down, kick him out.
but that didn't last long at all. The new car smell on that one wore off real quick. And
It barely had new car smell going in.
Dustin Rhodes finally wins the singles championship in AEW.
It's not a world heavyweight championship. I'm not concerned. You couldn't make him Ring of Honor world heavyweight champion. You don't think that was a good look?
Yeah, I think that's coming, especially considering this is like the deal he just signed.
But you wasted the reaction.
That part, especially in Texas. And you made him already pull double duty. So if you would have did a supercard, it would have been fine, but you didn't.
I mean, it's cool that you got the reaction in front of that crowd.
Right.
I just feel like, okay, had Jericho still been Ring of Honor champion and Dustin Rhodes beat him at All In Texas and had that same post-match reaction, I think you would have had a more substantial moment.
Let's see
that's just
here.
me booking in hindsight.
Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné. I did not see Tony Storm retaining. I also didn't see Tony Storm having a dinner fest in the middle of the ring.
The internet is a strange place sometimes. Like, are you that hard up? Like, I get it from Tony Storm's perspective. Like, her whole character pushes the line.
Character. I'm glad you said that because I'm about to say a word I hate to say.
Yeah, her whole character pushes a line.
Yeah.
Got it. It's raunchy humor. It's, all of that. Totally get it. And it doesn't offend me at all. I grew up watching ECW. I know where this type of stuff comes from.
And I will say, post press conference, we had Gang. Wait a minute.
Price just went up.
Mr. High School Holler Ron Murray talked to Athena
That
Elite Wrestling
next week.
We talked to Athena Elite Wrestling, and the presser. The presser was amazing too. Tony Storm does great work at these pressers. Like, you can do a mixtape with just her at pressers, but the whole presser was actually pretty decent. Kaz Okada versus Kenny Omega, great match. I'm really sick of outside interference. Even though Don Callis only put his hands on Kenny once, just the idea that he's outside of ringside, just stay on commentary and leave the rest alone. Hangman Page, John Moxley. Good God.
This match was the answer to the question, how much is too much?
The fact that John Moxley didn't even stay off TV a week is crazy to me, considering the fact he was hung from a chain.
Oh, that wasn't. He was stabbed in the head repeatedly with a fork.
Abdullah, straight up Abdullah.
He was power bombed onto the edges of two chairs placed together. He was dropped back first.
The top edge.
Top lip. Dropped onto his back on a bed of spikes. Wasn't nails. He didn't bleed. But what else happened to him?
But this is also the same person that had a ball bat or a 2x4 that had spikes in it lodged in his back.
There's that. They didn't do the skewers this time, but
we got glass.
He got glassed. I know he went through a couple tables. He took a dead eye off the apron through a table. I know we're missing something. We're missing something.
You're really. I mean, there's so much that you could miss and still capture every moment. So it's okay.
It was just come on. What? Someone's gonna die for real. Someone's gonna get unalived.
Everybody who played a part minus one or two characters in this storyline in the last 9 months showed up for a cameo appearance.
We called that. Everybody we called showed up except
for Orange Cassidy, except for Sting.
Did we call Orange Cassidy?
We didn't call him, but we mentioned his name.
I was never. Well, it would have made sense, but I could have done without it.
Which we got a whole show without him, so shouts out to that.
I ain't gonna pick on him because he's dealing with injury stuff and he been gone for a while. So it's
heal up. That's all I'm saying is heal up. If you're not ready to come back, don't come back. We got people on the sideline that's been healed up for a year that we ain't seen in 2.
The people that love and like you will not change their mind in this time that you're gone. 100%.
Let's see what else we got here. MJF wins.
Shout out to Darby Allin rappelling from the ceiling. That had to be
Bruh.
That's a different trip from the top of a stadium, my boy.
Let me tell you something, man. I think I'm going to say around a handful of people were unalived in the building of Cowboy Stadium, now known as AT&T Stadium. And the idea that a roof as high, if not higher than that stadium, had somebody rappelling from its highest peak is sickening to me. I don't care what you've done in your life. Your life is in the hands of a rope. We've seen how that happened before.
Yeah. I mean, but did you expect anything else from Darby Allin?
We just need him to show up.
He's Sting's last tag team partner, which, not for nothing, that's probably your homage to Sting. He did the video where basically at the top of Mount Everest, the highest peak, said, "I'm coming down to take everything from you, Jon Moxley," which is what tells me, had he not climbed Mount Everest, or had he climbed it when he first had the idea to do so,
before he broke his foot,
this main event would have been his. This main event would have been his. It would not have been Hangman, and that's just my opinion.
It's funny how the world works. How universal law happens.
Very. Very.
Seeds. While that was going on, Saturday night's main event. We said it before, we said it again. The main event we never asked for. Botchbot 9800 taking on Walter in our house.
The ring in around.
And this is also the show where Seth hurt his knee. We're gonna bypass that because in true Botchbot fashion, he takes the final segment to make a retirement speech. My guy, you've already entered the Hall of Fame. Oh, and shouts out to Doug Dillinger, shouts out to Ernest the Cat Miller. Great seeing those guys on TV.
Somebody call my mama. I'm finna whoop the whole Anderson family.
And Ernest Miller looks younger now than he did 25 years ago.
Man, Cat don't play them games.
That man's claim to fame to becoming a professional wrestler was being Garrett Bischoff's taekwondo instructor. That's amazing.
Fam. Ernest the Cat Miller is probably out here on like a pescatarian type situation. Like, he is a role model to us all.
We had to stomach through a speech that got cut off. And when that speech got cut off, we saw the advertised disingenuous person that we know this man has been over the last insufferable prick that we've seen since 1996 come out on social media and on websites talking about the scenario that led up to or that as far as his speech was concerned. And of course, I think now, would you say Peacock has the whole speech released?
I didn't go back to check.
I'm not going to find out either. I'm just saying it's there now. But
it may be, but yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my thing about the whole speech. If you wanted to get a whole speech out and make the whole thing about you, you should have gone on first. Go on first. You can have all the time you want to tell the story you want to in the ring, and then you can have your parade afterwards with your speech, and then everybody else will have to make up the time difference.
Absolutely.
Versus you want to be the main event because it's your night, it's your hometown. You want to be the main event. You want to have the match you want to have. And then you want unlimited time plus a run over on network television to tell your story. When we know timing when you get to public speaking is not your best thing.
Let's talk about timing, shall we? Can we talk about timing?
Time! time.
There was an issue where we thought for the weekend of Evolution rather, the women's pay-per-view, Saturday night's main event and the Great American Bash and Monday Night Raw, that ticket sales were slow, subpar, lacking, and or indicative of the product that was being sold.
Oh, I so forgot about this. Yes.
And I told you, that's because we talked about this on the show about how there was no star power, there was no brand recognition in this year's version of Evolution. Before I finish my thought, let me give a mental standing ovation to WWE Evolution.
Facts.
I didn't have to see Trish Stratus versus Tiffy Time. Every other match on that card over-delivered. The crowd was amazing. They shrunk the stadium. They shrunk the arena to give a better product due to lack of ticket sales. By shrinking the arena, I mean they brought people down and they closed the ramp in tighter to give it a more intimate feel, which you've always said, Suave, do it in a more intimate venue. And
it's an intimate event. It's a niche event. It's for people who appreciate women's wrestling.
Great American Bash, go ahead.
Make it special.
Great American Bash was also booked in Center Stage, which was a venue that you talked about and they had less than 1,000 fans inside of Center Stage, which okay. Monday Night Raw at the State Farm Arena had less than 10,000 people in Atlanta, which Atlanta is always a hot wrestling town.
ATL.
The one thing that we can give Vince McMahon credit for when it came to venues, when it came to scheduling events, was also knowing what was going on around you. What in the blue hell? Who in the blue hell was behind the wheel when they decided to book WWE in Atlanta for 4 events over 3 days on the same weekend? The number 1 box office attraction for concerts worldwide is doing a 4-day stretch in your city in one of the biggest stadiums in this country.
Stupid ass boy. Like what?
And you have the caucasity to pass it off as if it's unimportant.
Unmitigated gall. Got in the presser and said, "I didn't know why there were so many white cowboy hats. I thought it was a cowboy jamboree."
The most celebrated melanated woman on the planet is in an 80,000 seat dome in the same city.
Dome.
You have 4 events in 3 days in arenas. One is a theater, and she's got 4 shows.
So what?
And a large portion of your crowd in Atlanta are also melanated. And struggles got picked that weekend.
What would have been the idea would have been to offset the time and or day with this Evolution show in order to work out a working agreement where you can send talent to the show and you can possibly get some sort of video interaction from Beyonce. Here's where it really would have worked. Because of the situation going on with the Cocoa Butter Combat Club, you could have it where Bianca goes to meet Beyonce. That's probably your best marriage of that. So it's like, hey, they get to talk, do some backroom, green room type stuff. Of course, you can pre-record it because she's got 4 shows, but you can play it however. Then you get big homie Naomi who shows up uninvited. start some smoke with Bianca, and now you have a situation where you can possibly persuade Beyonce to be at SummerSlam. Doesn't have to be in an in-ring role. Doesn't even have to be near the ring. She could be in a suite. And you show Beyonce we're here to see Beyonce. Show her up in the crowd. Let her wave. Get the cheers on. She could leave after that for all I care. But
sure
the crossover rub is what you missed. The opportunity to integrate and work with one another. God forbid you get her on WWE TV.
I'm sure. Don't quote me on this, but I'm sure, considering the media prowess Atlanta has, that Beyonce made a stop through at least one of the radio stations there.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, maybe she did one radio walkthrough. Sure.
Out of the 3 hip hop and R&B formatted stations on the FM side of things, maybe one, right? Maybe one.
Certainly, if I'm staying in this particular location long enough to do 4 shows
For a summer weekend, yeah.
Of course, I went to the radio station. At least one.
Why not get to see the CC or CBCC one by one to just walk in the building at the exact same time?
You could have done it at the radio station. Kill even more birds with one stone. You have that pop off in the radio station. The radio personalities talk about it, mention WWE and Beyonce all in the same breath. You get more exposure for the Cocoa Butter Combat Club. You build anticipation for the show that is coming with all of these matches and all 3 of these women involved in one match. And you still have something to play off of going forward, just in case you can work out an appearance fee for Beyonce. That's what we mean when we say you don't have the right people in the room. You don't have anyone at the table to somebody really should get fired behind this. I don't normally call for nobody's job, but this type of ineptitude where you're not paying attention for one to try to, you're counter programming Beyonce. That's your first fucking mistake. Then you turn around and don't have the decency to reach out to the media team or the PR team for her tour and say, let's try to work something out together for an all-women's pay-per-view, and you have one of the most celebrated women in all of pop culture.
Where's Beyonce from?
H-Time.
Who's the one? Who's one person?
Fifth Ward, if I'm not mistaken.
Who in WWE right now? Who's one person in WWE that champions the plight, fight, and successes of the melanated?
Dr. Huffman?
Dr. Huffman. Where's Dr. Huffman from?
H-Time. Same hood. Oh, yeah.
We are spitballing schedules.
All this means is if you had put any type of effort into it, you would have found something that works. You have too many people that occupy either the same geographical area or the same levels of interest. But because you don't know, don't want to know, or don't care about what's going on in the hood, now all of a sudden you have missed out on an opportunity to be stock up. That's negligence.
Your
gross negligence.
Efforts to be petty.
That's fireable.
Counter program someone who you do not deem as competition, who is having their biggest show in North America and at a stadium that can hold 48,000 that only sold about south of 30,000 tickets. And you say you're not worried about them.
With your goof
But you miss out on this?
With your goof
because you are paying it goof ass.
With your goof ass. Somebody gotta answer for this. Like somebody in marketing, somebody in PR, somebody in content, somebody has to answer for this because this is egregious.
I will not be on anybody's interstate at 3 p.m. on Christmas Eve on a road trip. I might be going to a store, grocery store, but a mall or a road trip I will not be on. on
Wegmans,
3
Publix.
p.m. on the interstate on December 24th.
Who was it? Wegmans, Publix, HEB, one of those swanky type places where they got crafted juices and sushi made fresh.
10:27 p.m. on December 31st. I will not be on a street,
Nope.
let alone a highway.
Crazy hell.
1:12 on January 1st in the morning.
Not much money.
I will not be on anybody's asphalt, concrete or edgewise. In fact, because of you people who like to pew pew, I won't even be outside. These are things that I know that are going on that I need to be aware of when I life.
Situational awareness. Come on, somebody. When you let your lack of situational awareness affect the bag, like your lack of
blatant stupidity threw away.
Come on.
Possibly a full arena worth of seats and tickets sold over the course of 3 days. You dumb son bitch, you.
Would you have done this if Taylor Swift was in the dome?
You know what else? You know what else would have happened? You would have known Taylor Swift was in the dome.
It's just your lack of dedication to knowing your surroundings, understanding the demographic of the geographical location that you're in, checking the tour schedules of major U.S. acts during that time in that general region. As a marketing and branding and insert XYZ expert at this point, like let's call it what it is, I am pissed that someone is still gainfully employed with this type of blunder having happened.
Let's get out of this hellhole of the week. We are talking about this. Let's shine some light to the bright side of this whole weekend. Mind you,
Big homie Naomi. That's my bright side.
Your big homie Naomi cashed in, walked away as your winner. Bruh.
Bust a nigga.
Hey, yo.
You snuck. I owe the swear jar, but you snuck one in on our pre-roll from last week.
I didn't sneak one in. I snuck 5 in.
I was trying not to keep count, but yeah,
I did, and I left them up there for a reason. I'm gonna take it down, but I had to give enough time for it to breathe. But yeah, I snuck 5 in.
Yeah, I mean that buzzword is gonna work towards the end of this presentation.
Not to poo-poo the Rhea Ripley, Io Sky / Naomi cash in, or the unmitigated duffing that Jay Cargill gave Naomi on a Saturday Night's main event.
Say they had a main event caliber match too. At first I was kind of upset that wasn't the main event, but since they made it right at the end, I was like, cool.
Yeah, the match they had, the no holds barred match. I mean, that was a really great match, and I forgot that Naomi had the briefcase because of how that match ended, which was great storytelling there.
Can you imagine how much bigger that would have been had the Cocoa Butter Combat Club had some type of interaction with Beyonce over the last couple of days before the pay-per-view?
Speaking of Beyonce,
stupid.
Let me give you the ticket numbers. So it was July 10th, July the 11th, July 13th, and July 14th. So there was a day off in there. But still, we know some people in Atlanta went to 1, 2, 3, and or 4 shows.
Facts.
And they're not going to spend extra money on a wrestling show, even if it is on an off night, because that dome can be a lot. And Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Beyonce's tour grossed, the Cowboy Carter tour, grossed $55,424,228, setting a new record for the stadium's highest reported total revenue, surpassing her own Renaissance tour record of $39 million in 2023.
Put another $250,000 on it. I guarantee you could have got a walkthrough.
Total tickets sold, Suave. You want to take a stab at this one?
What's the venue size?
Hold, please. I believe it's 80,000, but let's double check because they never pack those stadiums out because of
these are for the Beyonce show.
Beyonce. Yeah.
So yeah, 80 something. Let's modestly say she got 60 plus.
Per night or total?
Are you looking for average?
The expanded total capacity with SRO is 73,019.
Okay. I'm gonna say. So what are we looking for? We're looking for a total number of.
Got total for 4 days.
220,000.
205 to be exact. 205,909 is what the actual number was. Average of 51,477 tickets per night. $13.8 million per night revenue per show. I hope this sticks in your craw to never, ever not check your work or doubt the ability of a black woman.
To $250,000, $500,000, maybe if you had to get fancy. Drop $1 million, just drop a check, drop 1M, and you could have got Evolution and SummerSlam in some form or fashion. Whether it's a video drop, a little bit of interaction, hell, 1.5 would get all of this plus an appearance on Raw.
Can you imagine a backstage interaction with Cardi B and Beyonce on WWE
they have records together.
Come on, man.
That's the other part. No mention of Cardi going into SummerSlam. Like, you just completely dropped the ball on any type of melanated or urban promotion for all of these people you keep pulling in. Which, okay, since we're on the subject of outside of wrestling talent, urban talent coming in, this whole thing with Travis Scott has gotten completely out of control. And here's why. Shooting all these extra slugs at Travis Scott after the fact. Here
comes your hook, which y'all been waiting for. Is coming. This is your segue, folks. I'm warning you.
All of these slugs that everybody's all of a sudden now shooting at Travis Scott, that's your own fault because you didn't properly vet Travis Scott before you put him in that position. That is your fault. You were clout chasing, and that's what happens to people that clout chase. They get left holding the bag. So for Drew McIntyre to get out on Jake Paul's podcast and say you ruined our WrestleMania main event with a 6-minute walk-in, a 6-minute run-in. First of all, somebody had to book it. Yeah, start there. Second of all, somebody had to book it. Third of all, somebody had to approve it.
Number four, just like Bill Goldberg, nobody asked for this either.
Nobody asked for it. But because Travis Scott is Ari's client, when everybody wanted to stick it to The Rock, like The Rock did this, no, this is Ari's client. That was his way to bring in more eyes, and if it had worked, it would have been Bad Bunny-esque. But you didn't vet any of Travis's prior engagements to see how he moves. You didn't put him into any sort of a training situation beforehand, which, number one, got Cody smacked up. And number two, you didn't know how well or how fast he would be able to pick this up. Pat McAfee trained long before he ever got to WWE. Even Jelly Roll for this situation, he's been training long before he ever got to the position of being in a SummerSlam match. You didn't vet the situation, so now you cry. Wait,
hold on. Let's back up. Not only has he been training long before he had a SummerSlam match, it's evidenced by a dramatic weight loss.
Indeed. Now, there are other factors in play, but still very much so. He's putting work in. That's what you can tell. Which he'll be putting more work in before next week. But you didn't vet Travis Scott properly. You didn't book him properly. You didn't teach him anything before he went out to throw random punches and slap eardrums. Shout out to Hugh Jackman. So now that it doesn't work out and he's got schedule conflicts or he's not all the way committed, now we shooting slugs. Not us. We knew better. But the other people who tried to so-called tap into and siphon the culture, Now you shoot slugs. You got Drew McIntyre full out calling people out, which that's strike 2 on you taking shots at people who don't look like you. Because first it was like maybe he said had that line where maybe he should change his name to Fatu and then he could get more airtime, as if you didn't spend a whole year soaking up TV time with CM Punk. Like, you gotta chill, bruh. Like, you had your moment in the sun. It don't look like it's coming back around for you anytime soon, unless you figure something else out.
And this is what you really want to do. I mean,
presentation ain't gonna keep working.
If this is what you re-signed for, is to throw slugs as an angry man telling kids to get off your porch when it was never your house to begin with.
Exactly. You mad at Samoans, but the Samoans the one who came to sign you. While we on the subject, Triple H shooting his.
Hold on, not these Samoans. The Samoan.
The Samoan. The one that signs the checks. You should have sold your. You should have asked him if you could sell your soul when he was offering Cody. That's how you get in the main event, my boy. But neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there.
Then you got Triple H shooting all these slugs with no name on them, but we know who you talking about. You're praising Jelly Roll and his dedication while backhandedly saying that other people aren't as dedicated and don't have the same passion for what they do. I get it. Everybody can't be Bad Bunny and be good on night one. Everybody can't, work at the PC off and on. Like,
you damn sure can't be Lawrence Taylor.
Right. Some people can't main event WrestleMania on their first match. First and only. The streak is still alive. 1-0. Just, I don't understand what goes into these thought patterns sometimes. And of course, the internet loves to bandwagon these sorts of things because there's that underlying opportunity to take shots at people who look like Travis. And it's like, what are we doing? What did you think Travis Scott was going to do in the end anyway?
You knew what you signed up for.
So potentially what you could have gotten.
Did you really want to name, or did you really thought you were going to get some legs out of like athleticism?
So potentially what you would have gotten had Travis Scott worked out, potentially what you would have ended up with for SummerSlam is Cody and Jelly Roll versus John Cena and Travis Scott. Train wreck. Because that would have been a main event of one of the nights. Train wreck. Too many combustible elements. Someone was going to get hurt.
Sidebar, the clip that had Jelly Roll hosting Jimmy Kimmel, that where Randy Orton came out to defend Jelly Roll against Drew McIntyre, and then Logan Paul came out to duff Logan Paul, talk smack to him, and Logan put him through a table. I was more upset at the fact that Jelly Roll was hosting and pitched to commercial to come back with Joey Badass, and I didn't know Joey Badass was on Kimmel that night. That should tell you somehow how I feel about that whole match.
It's very Jay Leno-ish.
And don't worry, we got who ain't gonna win coming up next week for SummerSlam. We'll go through it in detail. That's what we do.
And I have nothing against Jelly Roll musically or otherwise.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. We can't end it yet. Hold one second, because we forgot something major for us. Hold please. All right. Speaking of Samoans, this past Sunday, July the 20th, hey, my baby turned 10. You know what I'm saying? Let's start with that. She wasn't supposed to be here 10 minutes. Here she is at 10 years old. Ain't God great?
You feel me?
That ain't God great. Slammiversary happened at the UBS Arena on Long Island, New York. And
shout out to the Trick and A champion.
The Trick and A champion.
He went stock up with me this week. You out there talking like your knees ain't got no expiration date.
And he did it at Raw in Houston.
He got off. He got off for that.
Yeah.
You all right with me for that one.
Everybody just knew Mike Santana was going to win that match, but Trick retained. Everybody, I did not see JC Jane becoming JC 2 belts. That's for sure.
I mean, if I watch the product, I might know better.
Fourth Rope has a partnership with TNA. we talk about fourth rope all the time. Shouts out Business, shouts out West Side Gun. Representing fourth rope, the flyweight champion, Real One, you know Enzo Amore, teamed
How you
up.
doing?
Bada boom, realest guy in the room. Teamed up against the HOG world champion, the fourth rope heavyweight champion, Zilla Fatu,
Gang.
and I
Who's
believe
gang or don't bang?
what's the guy's name? Bishop. Steve, I forgot his first name, but his last name is Bishop. He looked like the clone of a young Sid Vicious.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like,
Josh
okay.
Bishop. Josh Bishop, yeah.
He had a very 1995, 96 Sid look to him.
Slick back blonde hair, black tights, black boots.
Black vest, white tube socks showing.
Panda.
I got bros in Atlanta. Every good in the finna.
The
You
significance
could
of
have
this
invited
event,
designer out. Like, what?
the significance of this event is the fact it's the largest attendance for any TNA live event in North America.
That's
And one anything came close to that in the last 12 years was TNA Lockdown 2013.
I'm excited for TNA's next TV deal. You land
I
this
wonder
in the
where they're
right
going to
spot.
end up. And
Yeah,
I
you
hope
land this in the right spot. There's gonna be some smoke.
I like the co-mingling of NXT with TNA. Keep it where it is, where you sprinkle some talent back and forth here or there. Don't oversaturate it, because then you'll run the treads off the tire real quick.
Facts.
There was one other thing though, because there's a whole issue with Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali, whereas Tasha Steelz has actually taken over the faction that they were in together, and Mustafa Ali is actually signed with is on the side of Tasha Steelz after they fired Cedric Alexander.
Okay.
As a flag bearer to the faction, gang, Emily MC won the flag bearers for Tasha Steelz and Mustafa Ali.
Run it up.
And she was supposed to be on the show today. Scheduling conflicts for everybody involved missed that, but she actually chronicled this, and actually has done some video journaling for this. So we're going to have her on in the next few weeks. I can't wait to talk to her. It's been almost 2 years since we've spoken with her on the show.
One of the better episodes, one of the better episodes in our whole catalog is when she was here with Mega Ran.
Bruh. It goes to the archives.
Yeah, that was a pre-video episode, straight
audio. I believe it was episode 176.
Good on you for knowing the number, because boy, I'd have fumbled that.
Yeah, and the show itself for the most part was actually pretty decent, man. So you go check it out, Impact Plus. Go and watch TNA anniversary or Slammiversary rather. AJ Styles had an appearance there, and unfortunately, like I was expecting like a Hall of Fame induction or a match or something, but we didn't get either. All we got was a rub. So
just be patient.
Suave.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to do before we take him to the house?
It's so hard. No, it's really not hard at all. Bye. I don't know. What do we want to say here? Like, people are waiting for us to say something. I think everybody has a very general idea about how we feel about this.
There have been,
if we're talking about the business aspect solely, a Mount Rushmore talent went on to glory.
Arguably one of the most financially influential people in the pro wrestling industry in history.
Certainly the biggest of his time.
Definitely not the biggest of all time.
No, not even close now. Yeah, it's like in the world of pro wrestling, a superhero and an icon, an earner beyond earning. Had two major runs as the guy.
On both sides of the fence too.
On both sides of the fence, rescued one company from obscurity, put the other one on the map completely. Yeah, so if we're talking about just business, it's a notable loss, and one that should probably generate a lot of income if you're able to put some shirts on sale, I guess.
It's polarizing. Emotional for, I don't want to say the wrong reasons. It's just not enough thought is being put into the why behind the what when it comes to emotions with said individual as it relates to certain eras in one's life.
Now look, we've waxed poetically about the business side. We've been objective about the business side. The business side is what it is. Top earner, unforgettable figure, made a lot of money, put a lot of promotions on, boosted a lot of business. Here's the other side. Selfish. Racist. Prejudice. Politicking. Backbiting. Pass the buck. Creative failure.
Wait. I'm sorry. We're talking about the other side. Yes.
We're talking about the other side.
The other side, not the other side, but the first side, but the other side.
We're not talking about creatively in the business sense. As far as that, because that's the guy who put creative control in his contract.
Creatively bankrupt.
Creatively bankrupt.
There you go.
TNA. We just got through talking about TNA. Go back and watch that era of TNA. Creatively bankrupt. And even more so with this new venture that was supposed to launch here.
I mean, one half of the tandem, one half of the tag team is still here with us.
Yeah,
the TV deal was just signed last week for them to go on air for their first broadcast showing on July the 30th.
I guarantee you that TV deal was off the strength of the guy's name who's no longer here. 100%. Wasn't nobody else going in there to get that TV deal but those two. Bischoff has the resume of having worked enough television products to where we know at least there's someone who knows TV on the premises. But the green light was given on the strength of the business earnings tied to that individual who was no longer with us. Bruh. I don't know what anybody's looking for us to say. Other than, we can take the shots that we need to take, but karma,
we can do a whole episode with the jokes.
Yeah, we can have a whole episode full of jokes, but we dealing with facts right now. Facts. You can't refute any of these facts because they are documented proof. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
When I sent you that text this morning, and I'll read the pencil pushers, the text that I sent you to notify you of said transition. And mind you, I hadn't seen. I over the last couple of days, I'd seen some things here and there on non-wrestling sites. They kind of raised an eyebrow.
Yep. And if you've been paying attention the last month or two, he wasn't doing all that hot no way.
Oh well, last week there was something about issues.
The back surgery, the essential death watch, then the fact that he was no longer able to speak. Like, these are all signs of things that happen after an infection.
And I don't know, like I said, it wasn't a wrestling site, it wasn't a tabloid site, but somehow, some way I got something and I was like, okay, this is substantiated. I took that and went one search, got what I needed from somebody reputable, and it was not tabloid or wrestling related. And I sent to you, I said, hashtag GTT, because that's what we refer to him as.
Good
hashtag Good Terry.
Thank you.
Just Patrick got his Clark. Gasoline draws.
Thank you, Patrick Clark. When you sent me that, I just thought he said something else stupid. Or did something else really stupid. But the dude has a history, an irrefutable history of bad business. Just does. Call it what you want to. Now, him buying Hooters was probably going to work out for him. Simply because you would have turned Hooters into a central hub for the kind of people that participate in his type of activity. And
as evidenced by the launch of his beer brand, in which
and it's a perfect marriage partner for the beer brand.
He had a melanated individual who was contracted third party. He sees her, realizes it's a person of color, makes her excommunicado, and replaces her with 4 prime Hooters candidates.
Which doubles down on the level of idiocy that happened in the so-called stage sex tape. The whole Gawker Media thing and Bubba the Love Sponge. Like, you got some questionable homies, bruh. I bet Jimmy Hart would have told you not to do that. And Jimmy stayed down with you 10 toes down. Same thing with Brutus. Brutus still carrying a bag, an ounce or 2 in the airport for you. Like, what are you doing? Well, nothing now. Look.
Fertilizer.
God finally decided to book himself to go over. No creative control here. God said, you're putting me over. I'm getting my hand raised this evening. No run-in from the Iron Sheik needed. But he waiting on you with that steel chair. I humble you.
Well, that's assuming they're both going in the same place.
You know Sheik will get a day pass and catch you in purgatory if it's like that. Because the Sheik ain't got he doesn't have a limp anymore. If everything we believe about the great here and beyond is true, where, you no longer have any of the ailments or afflictions that you previously had, you're basically moving around. The Sheik was an Olympic level athlete at one point in his life. So if the version of the Sheik that is upstairs...
And Terry never was.
Shout out to Matsuda, because, legs get broke. If the Sheik has returned to Olympic form, I'm sure he can get a furlough or a day pass to go meet Buddy in purgatory if they not going to the same place. He gonna get that fade. Period. That fade is getting got. And my money's on the Sheik.
I love our brother Tony Snow. That's my people.
Indeed.
He found himself in the crosshairs on social media today about this. Whereas he took personal umbrance with the fact that people of color took issue with him for memorializing Good Try Terry as a talent in a good light. But he prefaced by saying all the things damn near verbatim that you just said that I over. And it's social media, so you should only take it with a grain of salt.
Right.
Tony's very passionate about what he does.
We do know.
And
it's part of what makes him great.
But his ability to think critically is what makes us like-minded. It's why he's in the circle. We don't just talk nonsense. We talk wrestling. We talk wrestling business, and we
wrestling
talk
business,
and
marketing,
we talk life,
creative life, all of these things.
And I really hate that he is non-melanated, having to defend his love for the melanated because those who are melanated that don't know him don't understand him. That's not right, not fair.
That's because you don't hold conversations with the peanut gallery. Social media is not. So what I always say about the comment section?
Comment section is where logic goes to die.
Stop me when I start lying. This is why in my social media channels when I'm operating, I don't do a lot of question asking. I'll give you a recap of something that's already been done. I will post an opinion that does not have a question mark attached to it. I will place other content out into the world that you can respond to positively, but there's nothing that would result in a debate, because to debate, I'm not here to debate anyone. Only my equals. All others I teach. So if I don't view you on an equal level, there's not a lot we gonna say to each other that's gonna benefit either of us. I don't want to have any conversations that aren't beneficial.
We're not afraid to change rooms
Quickly.
What we're afraid of is walking into a room that's full of lesser thans or a room that's empty.
I'm afraid of going into a room and being held captive by opinions that don't hold
lesser
me
thans.
near it.
Lesser
You know
thans.
what I'm saying? Lesser than.
Like for instance, here's a prime example.
A kiddie pool is deep to a midget.
Lord Jamar, famed MC, actor from the group Brand Nubian, is a devout member of the Nation of Gods and Earths. For those of you not familiar, 5% Nation is their other name, but the actual name of the organization that they represent is the Nation of Gods and Earths. He has gone on record numerous times as calling white people devils. One of the most famed hip hop club records of all time, one of the dopest beats we've heard in the 90s, is a song called Punks Jump Up to Get Beat Down. It is literally an anthem about physically assaulting homosexuals. And people sung the lyrics because that's what we do with songs, is that we sing songs and don't know about what the things that are being said, even though it's right, they're literally hanging it right in front of us, hiding it in plain sight. And Tony equated that level of racism to Scarface saying, "I'm evil like white people." Those two are not the same. And he's okay for feeling that way simply because we as the melanated have an innate ability to call out racism in an intelligent manner, and to the ignorant, it looks like it's surface level.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony literally did the same thing. And the only issue with what he said was the color of his skin. He should take issue with that if he feels a certain way, especially if he has a large group of diversity that he surrounds himself with. He has every right to feel that way.
Indeed.
But in the same breath, what I can't agree with as a double standard is separating the artist, i.e. Hogan, from the person, Bolea, putting them in two completely different bowls and saying, this guy is great, even though we know this guy's a piece of shit. Because these are not two equal parts. For us, this was 1 hour a week on television. So if it's only 1 hour a week on television, it's 52 hours a year. There's 1,440 hours in a month.
Which you are spending unmonitored, unchecked, unrecorded, undocumented, except for, the sex tape that pops up here and there.
Well, I'm sorry. My apologies.
Some Make-A-Wish stuff, or...
My apologies. 730 hours in a month. I doubled that for the wrong reason, but yeah.
Point still remains.
Point still remains. There are less hours that we spent watching this man on television, because he wasn't even on TV every week, let alone he wasn't on there for a whole hour per year, than what there are in a month. So if you
Probably got
subtract,
2-3 minutes worth of a promo, and if you
give
were
him the
lucky,
benefit of the doubt. He was on for the entire hour,
sure, for the sake
52
of
weeks a
count,
year.
gotcha.
Give him the benefit of the doubt. Subtract that from the 730. How much of that do you think is spent on racist, degenerate, lying, cynical, steroid induced, pill popping, alcohol laced, and anti divine rhetoric around people who are like minded and don't want those unlike you around him?
And or debaucherous buffoonery and infidelity. So that 730 minus the 52 hours, that's 678.
78.
Let's be modest. Let's say half. Let's say half the time he was fucking up. That's still 339. That's a lot. It is like separating church and state in this particular instance just doesn't work. I can be objective enough to look at the professional resume and call that what it is. But I don't fuck with dude because of the other 678 hours were what we have modestly given a half price discount to. So the other 339 hours that you function, wait, how much time does he spend sleeping?
We'll call it 4 hours because there's benders.
Benders. So 4 times 365. Let's say he averages 4 hours of sleep for 365 days. What, 1460? No, that can't be right. No, it is. 1460 hours. We got some fucked up math in here somewhere. Either way.
You divided the wrong numbers. You divided the wrong way.
No, we're multiplying. So it's 365 days in a year. You say he sleep 4 hours a night. That's 1,460 hours of sleep a year. So you got 20 hours left over times 365. That's, yeah, we started off with the wrong math. So look, 24 hours a day times 365. That means you got 8,760 hours in a year. Now we're gonna let's see, 8760. So we're going to subtract 52 for the time on TV. That gives us 8708. Then we're taking off, what was that, 17, what? For sleep, 1400. 365 times 4 minus 1460.
I'm not slide ruling for the son of a bitch. So I mean, you gonna throw any number out there at me, and I'm gonna go ahead and run with that, whatever the number is.
Fine, we'll finish the math. We'll bring it back later. But all we're saying is, there are certain things we just don't play with. Let's just keep it G. It's certain things, and I feel comfortable speaking for my co-host and Sahab in this situation. There are certain things, certain conduct pieces that we don't play with. Those conduct pieces being the following: violence against children, the elderly, or the mentally/physically incapable or inept.
All things that are near and dear to my heart for various reasons.
We don't play with either of the R words. Taking it by force or the ostracization of a group of people based on their cultural origin. Those are all easy ways to get an instant fuck you from us. This case is no different.
Unforgivable.
For life. I like that alley-oop you just threw. For life. So, it's fuck you for life and in death.
Unmoved, unbothered.
I'm bothered that I'm about to look at all these video packages that's finna go up over the next couple weeks. Well, over the next week or so. Especially because SummerSlam is coming. Yeah, you're gonna have to.
And I hate that we're in this space, that we're creatives away from doing the podcast, because what do we always say about the WWE production team?
Undefeated.
Bro, do you know they took a random production worker who submitted a video for just to check out, and it became the intro video for Evolution rather?
I mean,
She said, "Take a look at this and tell me what you think," and that became what we saw. They've never done that before. Someone gambled on themselves.
The system of checks and balances is broken, and because it is, sometimes people win. Sometimes people that should win do win. Because they took the initiative.
And I say that to say this: we watch those production packages for
quality,
craftsmanship,
facts,
the amount of love that you put into the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
I want to end it on this. If we have to go through that insufferable bullshit just to get ideas, fine. It's going to happen. Do I care? Absolutely fucking not.
I can stomach to watch it.
If you do and you are of color, check yourself.
We've already seen
some research.
It's already on my timeline.
Quit copping, please, and quit trying to be anti-establishment. Quit trying to be individualistic in your approach. Quit trying to be empathetic and sympathetic to someone passing from this earth. Quit trying to be holier than thou. Quit trying to be biblical.
You're trying to be racially and culturally empathetic and just sounding pathetic.
I need the recently deceased, anyone affiliated with him, anyone who sides with him. I need you to do the BPBC a favor. Actually, 2 favors. 1, go fuck yourself.
Yikes.
2, quit hiding behind your appointed hood. Just come out and tell us what you are, and we'll appreciate you more for it.
It wasn't like we finna do no business, no way.
I ain't even about to step to you.
You shouldn't be worried about my
Tell
money,
me what we're dealing with. And tell me what we're dealing with. Don't make me guess. I'm telling you where I stand right here.
I'm with you. Cause we've already seen people take the approach. This is their childhood and they don't care what else he did away from that. We just did a makeshift breakdown of how many hours of the day weren't spent creating your childhood. He created your childhood in the same way a DoorDash worker dropped off your lunch. The totality of that man's life has a percentage to it of debaucherous bullshit that supersedes the percentage of time spent on television doing a really good job at making you believe he had a moral compass. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
Wait, no. Fight for what's right for every man.
And that was the first part.
For every man.
Except the ones
that don't look like you.
Except the ones that you don't consider to be a man, because technically there's a document somewhere that only counts certain. Only counts 3/5. Yeah, all of that. So
I hope you got what you came here for, pencil pushers, because we damn sure didn't want to talk about it, but we had to. Sting
deserved better at Starrcade 97. Goldberg did exactly what he was supposed to in 98. Steve Austin should have gotten his opportunity to kick his ass real good.
Kevin Nash, my heart goes out to you and Scott Hall for having to suffer through that shit.
Kevin Nash, with the type of work Kevin Nash has been doing on social media and Twitter, I'm wondering how did they really even coexist?
Yo,
during
hold
that
on,
time.
hold on. Before we get out of here.
All right.
At real Kevin. Yes, I know his Twitter.
At this point, who doesn't?
That dude does the Lord's work.
Say, man, Kevin
Well.
Kevin Nash is on a very short list.
I lost another brother. Icon doesn't even touch it. Rest in power, my friend. NWO for life and beyond.
Y'all made a whole lot of money together. I understand.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. There are some people who have only had business interactions with him.
I hate to give Kevin Nash a pass, but he's in the car still. He's still in the car.
I mean, when you've worked that closely with a person, sometimes there are possibilities that you haven't had those kinds of interactions with him, and you don't have anything to base it on other than what the dude did when he was older and obviously in a whole lot of physical pain, which probably led to you dealing with a lot of different types of drugs, and you're dealing with a divorce, and you lost a bunch of money in that divorce, and then you had a son who was joyriding in a exotic foreign sports car and flipped that bitch like and flipped that bitch like a flapjack. Like, you got shit going on. Your daughter don't fuck with you. It's a lot. I can understand it's a lot. Now, what led you to do what you did, that was already in your heart. You didn't have any type of mental breakdown or crisis. That's something you carry around because you were too comfortable to share that with technically a stranger.
You was a bitch, a whole bitch, nothing but a bitch. And you went out like a bitch.
And your apologies were hollow because you doubled down on the same behavior again and continue to. So, fuck your apology.
Fuck you,
brother.
Take him to the house, Suave.
Pencil pushers. Like, rate, share, subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell that friend to tell a friend. And then tell that friend again. It doesn't work for me, brother. Heads up.
Another daily acknowledgement just for the cause.
Pencils down.
With your whack ass.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.